Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's just give it one last check before we do. Hello, hello, microphone. One, two, three. Testes, testes. One, two, three. Let's see. Okay. Warning. Please, what's this warning? Okay. All right. We're good. Hmm. Okay. Bam. There we are. Okay, I think we're good to go. Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. The comparison of the streams that will be all. We'll face that when the time comes. All right, here we are. Okay, we are back in our Dark Cloud adventure. We can get it to work. There we go. They say the most difficult part about adventure is taking your first step. We've taken about 488 of them, so it seems. But there's nothing quite like the first steps. One thing that I often forget when playing Dark Cloud is just going around and double checking for all the miracle chests. So we're going to go through that real quick as well and just make sure that we're not missing anything. It's been a really good playthrough overall, though. We've experienced quite a few brand new glitches that I haven't heard any documentation about before. Yesterday, we had the bandit slingshot up and get destroyed in the middle of battle, in the heat of battle, if you will. Now, what was curious is when we went back to the inventory screen, the bandit slingshot was destroyed, but this little icon for steel was still appearing for the thief icon. We shut the console off and turned it on, and it was still there despite the fact that we didn't save the game. So I have no idea what's going on. It must have been the ghost of Dark Cloud coming to haunt us, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. That poor ghost, he picked the wrong person to haunt. So we're gonna go all the way back to, where are we? The Wise Owl Forest. I really want to level up Goro's Thief Hammer. Not the Thief Hammer, it's the Big Bucks Hammer to level 5, just so we can get things going from there. Be able to status break it and live our wildest dreams as a wealthy young tone, because right now we are broke and penniless. Basically every musician and artist's dream, right? We have just another person. Yay, we started early-ish. It's about 11 where I am. Maybe it could stay all the way through. Ideally, it would be nice for these streams to be earlier and earlier, right? It's with how things are just so chaotic that I'm like, you know what? It would be nice to start off when we do. Whatever time we start is when we start, but earlier is always better. I'd prefer that, really. Okay. So it's finally the weekend. We've finally gotten to Saturday, but we have Wednesday out here right in front of us with what seems like a fire axe of some sort. Not sure where they apprehended that. Come on. Come on. I feel bad smashing right into Saturday with our giant hammer. Isn't that the truth? That's the way, right? Just another person. How have you been? How's your university papers going? How's Luna the cat? Put everything aside. How's little Luna doing? The world spins around that cat, I'll tell you what. Cats make the world go round. Now, what else makes the world go round is being able to status break our weaponry. Look at that big right hook from Saturday coming in. Found a very shiny stone. Goro, you better be careful because I think we might take that behind your back without you knowing. It's been a great playthrough overall, though, and I think the most important thing is we're able to experience these games together as a community, right? Being able to laugh at all the things that are just bizarre and weird about Dark Cloud, like some of the audience interactions with the NPCs and the dialogue, and Dark Cloud is certainly a product of its time. It's not the greatest game of all time, but to us, it's the greatest game of all time. Almost ran right into that goo. Could you imagine? Like, I wonder how it smells like after you've been slimed like that, right? Covered in goo. Aha, we got a stone. You best believe we're equipping that. There is a side quest in Dark Cloud Enhanced, which we are playing, the most definitive version of playing Dark Cloud in the year of 2000, what are we, 2003? 2025. Where if you gather enough stones, I believe you could trade them to an NPC in Roundin Village. The purpose of that was the stone is a rather useless item in Dark Cloud. So we thought, what better way to give it use and meaning than to take the most useless item in the game and make it a way to, aha, the red berry, to trade for beta items. I think how we did it was there's some items in the game's files that there's completed icons for. If you go into the item debug menu, you could see them, but they were never really in the game. Not just the flapping duster, but also things like there's a couple of miracle powders, there's a couple of fishing rods that weren't in the game, lots and lots of bottles, strange bottles of unknown liquid, but different dungeon keys that weren't used as well for the flame dungeon. You're able to trade these stones to get these items in a legitimate way. Now the items are inaccessible. They don't have any real function, but it's just something nice to have, right? Friday coming in at that jump kick. A drop kick. Oh, we got a double chest over here. The magical crystal. We already established this is my favorite thing in Dark Cloud, that mysterious midnight swirl. You always evade me. Always out of our grasp when we need it. Just now, when we're all done the dungeon, that it thinks it's a good enough time to bring out the mystery crystal. Come on! Oh, we're so slow. So you'd think Goro's a slow young man, but he actually moves quite fast on his feet. You've never seen a man of that size move to that speed. Check him out. Oh, look at that. He's pretty fast, isn't he? Let me know if the stream's going well, if we're sounding well, if things are laggy. I know the microphone might be a little... I'm not sure what's going on with the microphone, really. I think the microphone has a case of the Saturdays. Let's try the red berry. Aha, the first time. Hello from Japan. It's great to have you. Oh, it's great to have you. How's everything in the land of the rising sun and lovely Nippon? Luna has become my little shadow. I can call to her so easily now because she's such a greedy soul. I bet when you get food, if you get any chicken or fish, she's all over you. Yeah, that's the thing about Dark Cloud fans. We get these fans from all around the world, right? Now I'm wondering, in Japan, are you a native Japanese speaker? Are you, did you go there for work? Are you a student? What's the Japanese story? Whatever. Why not? The show must go on. There we go, and so in the lore of Dark Cloud, a lot of these monsters, they were perverted by the Dark Genie. The Dark Genie is what truly made them evil, right? They're good monsters when you get to the core of Dark Cloud 2. You can even converse with them. So it makes you wonder about what, like, in this forest prior to the Dark Genie coming in. So we're going big box or small box? What do you think, my friends? What are we going with? We went big last time. Should we go small? Big or small? I think we'll go small. Let's see. Ah, we got the hard shooter. Okay. Yeah, finally paid off. All right, hard shooter. What do you got for us? That's not bad. Launches, powerful shot, but a bit fragile. I think you need to fix up your grammar there. That's okay. We could use that for upgrading and status breaking. There's a lot we can do. And I was taken aback last time. It seems like the weapons are really, really expensive in Dark Cloud Enhanced. I was surprised. Gonna poison us, eh? Come on. So after this, as we are playing Dark Cloud Enhanced, we're gonna be going and using Ruby in Matataki Village. We're gonna be exploring some of the new dialogue opportunities that we've carefully crafted in the world of Dark Cloud. Oh, it's always tough when one person says small, one person says big. We'll do big next time, I promise. Pinky promise. Now, Goro, I'm sorry if you gotta deal with the poison for the next little while. The water, though, we could definitely give you a drink, right? Just regular water. Not Coca-Cola, only water. Alright, what you got? What you got? What you got? Go. Okay, here's something I'm a little unhappy about. Finally, we're using the big bucks hammer, but I'm not seeing any money drop from any of the monsters. Ooh, okay, alright. We're so close to being hit by that monster there. I think if we give the stamina drink, it might override the poison. I like, vaguely remember that being a thing, but I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering. Goro, come on. Goro, come on! What are you doing, Mr. Goro? I got the map. What else we got here? And the mustache key. Whoever thought of giving the owl a giant mustache must have been a genius. Good weapon. Oh yeah, now I'm happy we got it. I wish it was Steve. I think Steve is one of the greatest weapons in all of RPGs. Think of any other Japanese RPG. In Dragon Quest, you have Erdrick's sword or Lodo's sword if you come from Japan. Final Fantasy, you have the Gunblade, the Buster sword. For Dark Cloud, it's got to be Steve. That's the iconic weapon of Dark Cloud. Although, to be fair, I haven't played Enhanced yet, so I think the ratio is a bit more even. I believe it is. I believe it is. I read Goro kind of like Solid Snake when he passes away. Snake! 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 Goro! We gotta bring him back. We're doing this whole thing just for him and his fat little bottom. There he is. I think Goro might be my favorite. As I got older, and I'm interested, the two of you, or whoever's watching really, could be two, it could be 200. Who's your favorite character in Dark Cloud in terms of the playable cast? As a kid, I really liked Ungaga, but now as I get older, I'm starting to appreciate Xiao and Goro a little bit more. I feel like Goro and Ungaga are the ones that get the most speaking lines, and maybe Osmond as well. But it would have been nice to see more interplay between the characters throughout the villages. Maybe when you enter a village, you have all the characters out, right? Something similar to how they did it in Dragon Quest VIII, where you could open the menu and talk to your party members. I thought that was a great feature. Yo, look at him brandishing that hammer. Must be mad heavy too. Keep that in mind, eh? So we do need some water. Really hoping we could find a healing spring somewhere. But Goro has some water reserves in his blubber, so I'm sure he's fine. He's alright. He's a strong guy. He's very resilient. Got the map. We know where we're going now. Okay. These monsters, the Laugh-Apocalypse, they're called, are some of my favorite, though, in this dungeon. Whoever thought of naming the monsters after the days of the week, I think was probably a genius. They had geniuses at level 5. We got a poison trap. Joke's on you. We're already poisoned. Ah, we got the sacks. We're on fire, eh? We're looking good. Now let's see if it has any special attachments to it. Any attributes? No way. That's okay. So we could sell this for money, or we could status break it and use it as weapon fodder for later on. I think right now we're in a desperate need of cash. Oh, the healing spring. Goro's so happy to see this. And isn't this just the best healing spring in the game? Because you have the one in Divine Beast Cave is quite beautiful as well. When you think about the PlayStation 2, and I want you to bring yourself back to the year 2000, this was mind-blowing. You have authentic water wave patterns, very lifelike. You have very dynamic lighting, and you have textures that look clear, that aren't shaking in the way that PS1 textures were. The PlayStation 2 really was a very, very, very brilliant piece of technology. And even when you move, you can make ripples. Look at that. Pretty cool. At the time, a lot of this was done through 3D accelerator cards and voodoo cards on the computer. But the PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast, when they came out, they really broke the mold on what a console would look like in terms of its video games. So just another person says Ruby was always her favorite to play. You loved her elegant run and walk animation. But Ungaga is also underrated, although the Black Wind path wasn't the best key. Yeah, it's interesting because I guess he's the warrior of the wind, right? So because of that, he's able to use the wind to blow off. Like they had to incorporate the wind in some way with his character. But it is kind of weird now that you mention it. Just like a random black fog appears. But Ungaga, I remember when I first saw his character model, all the characters in Dark Cloud, but Ungaga and Osmond especially, Ungaga blew me away because of just how big the character model was. I thought it looked like a real life person. And seeing Osmond, how he was flying, that honestly blew my mind. I'm like, you can do that? How come no other video games have made a character that has a jetpack on his back? A straight up helicopter. Come on. Again, they had some geniuses at level 5 when it came to the creation of the characters. Very charming designs. Characters, the monsters, the NPCs, like it all came together to make this great big experience. So, due to a mysterious force, Xiao was summoned. Well, Xiao, I think we're going to be tapping out for now. What I am going to do, though, is I am going to share the stream with some of our other Dark Cloud friends. I did forget to share it beforehand. There we go. Amazing. All right, we're good to go. So, with this being Dark Cloud enhanced, we're able to jump in and play with our party members in the village. Now, how is this possible? With Dark Cloud enhanced magic, anything is possible. Now, these models were made specifically by level 5 for the village components. So, Story Lover, maybe you could notice her run animation is a little different than how it is in the dungeon. She's got a bit of a different sway to her run, walk as well. It was a feature that level 5 were planning all those years ago, but unfortunately, due to time restraints, they weren't able to fully realize the idea. I don't think I've ever seen you here. It seems like Tone is gathering allies from all over Terra. We're a proud village of hunters. If you need any assistance at all, let us know. The word in this village is that you're a powerful genie. I guess that explains your odd clothes. Okay, Mr. Pow. Talk to Pow. Let's talk to Babunku. I never saw someone with purple hair before. You say you're from Queens. Does everybody have from Queens have purple hair and dress weird? Using magic sounds like it'd make hunting a breeze. Do you think you'd teach me one day? Babunku is. He looks very similar to Tone. I love his big smile. I think he's one of my favorite character designs in all of Matataki. Let's go to. And the best thing is we could pick up any miracle chests that we've forgotten about. Any slip through the cracks. What do we have here? They keep on disappearing. They heard there's a genie on the loose, and now they're just. There we go. We got the man himself, Gob. Look at him. That's a chef if I've ever seen one. Manly cooking, right? What's Mr. Manly Cooking got to say to our little genie? Let's take a look. I heard from some of the other villagers that you're from a part of town. You're from the port town, Queens. How did you travel all the way here? If you ever feel even the slightest bit, if you ever feel even the slightest bit hungry, feel free to enjoy my manly cooking. Wait, do genies get hungry like humans? He's asking the right questions. I wonder what her favorite food would be. I mean, obviously it's witch parfait. We gotta have some right in front of him, make him envious. So we got Gob. Let's go up to the wise owl, Mr. Mustache himself, and see what he says to our wizard, our little genie extreme. It's actually so trippy seeing her here. Oh, come on, 2 times in a row? Okay. I know you may be the best genie in the world, but that doesn't change a thing. You have to pay like everybody else. What a fussy owl. Remember to buy more items to help you on your quest. Genie or not, you're gonna need all the help you can get. I thought he's rocking his head. No, we didn't even do anything yet. Now relax. Mr. Genie, come on. Mr. Genie. Alright. Did you forget any items kicking around? No. I always thought these items here, maybe some of those bottles might be related to the deleted items of Dark Cloud. Those bottles that we'd find flying around in the debug menu. The debug build of Dark Cloud, though, is very, very fascinating. There's a lot going on there. Cow. Did we talk to Cow? We did. It's the cow that we talked to. There he is, Mr. John Lennon himself. Looking like a John Lennon wannabe. Alright, there we go. You must be the friendly genie that everybody's talking about. The village is home to some of the best hunters of Terra. To be honest, I've never been one for fighting, but magic does sound interesting. He's a lover, he's not a fighter. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any spells to enhance one's musical ability? I like that. I'm trying to find the easy way out. There's no spell to make magic and music one and the same. Music comes natural, it's in your blood. Either you have it or you don't. Just think if Xiao and Ruby were running around Matataki, the mischief they can cause. Greetings, young lady, and welcome to the village of Matataki. Seeing you reminds me of Annie when she was your age. Oh, she was the most beautiful lady in the village. I remember getting into arguments with Kai and Baron over her. In the end, it was me who won her over with my dashing good looks and smart wit. You still got it, old man. He's still good looking. Come on. Now he's gonna magically disappear. He was never here. He was a ghost. The ghost of the old man. The handsome old man. The cutest old man we ever saw. Where is he? Alright, we gotta find his lovely wife. He could be inside though. Is she here? No. Oh, she is. There we go. Anna. Hello there, young lady. I've seen you helping Goro and Tone on their quest. The other villagers say that you're trying to prove that you're Terra's greatest genie. I think that's a very admirable that you're helping us along the way. It's like hitting two fleas with one stone. Oh, I like that. Two fleas. Not two birds, two fleas. A good looking model, too. It's so cool. Like, imagine if level 5 would have had all the time to make the perfect version of Dark Cloud, all the cut content, all the features that they were forced to remove. If they're able to maybe make an international version, or today it might even be DLC, but it would have been really, really cool seeing Dark Cloud fully realize to what level 5 initially wanted with the games. Oh, let's see Baron. What's Baron gonna say? A bit of a weird one too, isn't he? I hope you're all enjoying the stream. If you are enjoying, feel free to leave a like or dislike. I'm not gonna judge. Is there any more items kicking around? Alright, let's see. Hello there, young lady. On behalf of all of Matataki Village, I wanted to thank you for your assistance with Tone and Goro's quest. I guess not all magic is bad after all. The magic and wonder of going on an adventure. Oh, to be young again. The ancient Baron. It makes me think about how old he is. You can see his eyes, though. Before, when you play as Tone, you wouldn't be able to. Earthium, it's great to have you here. It's great to have you. I hope you don't mind us playing as Ruby for the time being, as we explore a lot of these alternate dialogue options. I wonder what Couscous is going to say. You never see Couscous leave his house. He got too big, it seems, and now he just wants to sit at home forever and eat chocolate cake and vanilla. Just another person. I think you got me tired. You're talking about going to sleep and everything. Staying up late, you got me with the case of the yawns now. I can feel the magic emanating from you. You must be one powerful genie. I'm happy you're on our side. I've been trying to practice magic at home to the best of my ability. I was able to turn my candy into Gilda. I made sure to transform it back because Gilda doesn't taste as good as delicious candy. Look at him, he's running the biggest scheme in the world. While we're here though, let's put away... We have the manual, we'll put away the manual. There we go, and also these level up powders. There we go. Free up some space. So we got Couscous. How about Ubuntu? We have a sister. The little one. Where is she? There we go. Lulu. I can feel your magical energy. Very quiet. Very cute. I like your hair. Now we never see her unmasked. This tiny one over here. I wonder what she looks like without that wolf mask. Very cool. It's a strong sense of culture when you get to Matataki Village and even Queens. You feel like every area in Dark Cloud, Matataki, Queens, Norune, even the desert village of Muskalaka, or Muskaraka, if you will. Wonder what happens if we jump off. Is she really magical? Can we break your legs? There's a sense of culture that's there that level 5 really helped craft with these villagers, right? Oh, Kai. Kai is the best dialogue. Ah, if it isn't my lovely granddaughter, Momo. My goodness, what did you do to your hair? Momo, I know I may be a handful. I know I may be silly, but I wanted to thank you for taking care of me. Aw. He's got a case of the dementias. Speaking of, where is Momo? I'm gonna find her too. I imagine them maybe sharing like beauty tips or something regarding fashion. Oh, there we... I didn't expect her to be there. Okay. I love your outfit. It's so glamorous. I get tired of wearing the same old beast skins. Maybe we can go shopping together. You could help me put together a cute outfit. Matataki's way of life focuses on hunting and camaraderie. Although Queens does sound exciting, I'd love to visit a port town with lots of shops. See, that's my folly, I think, as a man. Instead of getting the women characters to have these really insightful dialogues, my first thought was, hey, they should be talking about shopping. No, I'm kidding. I think it's more so with how level 5 wrote Kai. She's, I think, the most modern character in Matataki Village. Modern in the way that we think of modernity, in the sense that she's much more in tune with her fashion, and she's a little sassy, right? So I thought that the minute she sees Ruby, she'd be taken aback by her striking appearance, the way that she's dressed, the culture she comes from, the perfumes that she wears, right? When you're coming from a village where you're wearing a lion skin on top of your shoulder, having anybody come in that looks different and dresses different is always a bit of a culture shock, right? So Kai, Momo, I believe we got everybody, but we didn't get Trent's. Let's do Trent's. Where is he? God. Oh, did we switch back? That's a shame. Maybe it wasn't possible to have the playable characters in Trent. I do love this area a lot, though. The music, the piano. I think it's the piano. I still get chills, man. I'm almost 30 years old and I still get chills. It's magical. What? The village of the moon people? Yes, I know it well. There's nothing that I don't know about. Brown Boo Village, that's what it's called. It's at the far end of the woods, but you'll have to use your head a bit if you want to get in. Understand what I mean? No, sir, I don't think I do. Is it possible to switch? Oh, please don't crash the game. Oh, we did it! Oh, okay, alright. I wonder what Trent would say to little Xiao. Come on, let's go back to where we were. Makes you wonder why, if we came in as Ruby, we should have stayed as Ruby. I wonder why it switched us back to tone. Let's be Xiao for now. You can see the area from her point of view. She's very tiny, so her eye line is going to be smaller than the other characters. Oh, we can't interact with them, eh? I want to get this footage. I do want to get this footage, though. That's actually pretty cool. Look at that, eh? Amazing. I don't know, maybe I'm a simple man, and I am a simple man at the end of the day. I like my coffee and I like my dark cloud. That's all it is. But some of these new features, I think after playing the game a certain way for 20 years, some of these new features I think are really, really, really breathtaking. It's been an interesting year though in video games. I think a lot of games have come out that just haven't really hit the mark. You had that Concord game that came out not too long ago, but you also have Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is a ton of fun. I haven't picked up a Switch 2 yet. I plan on maybe when they make a smaller version. It's too big of a console, I think. Go and let's just get more. Yo, we're swimming in the money. Look at that, 2 gold bullions. Ali Baghdadi, happy, happy, happy to have you here. What a day. It's always a good day when you're here, my brother. I'll tell you what. The great Deku Tree is looking a little derp these days. Man, have you seen the Deku Tree in Wind Waker? That's a pretty frumpy looking Deku Tree. Wind Waker, though, was a great game. I think it got a bad rap when it came out. It's just, the sailing was a little rough, but the art style, I think, really, really holds up. Even back when it came out, it was still a very aesthetically pleasing game to look at. But you know, I was always Team PS2. I was always looking at Wind Waker and looking at Dark Cloud 2, being like, that's something the PS2 couldn't do. But the Zelda series, I think, I'm curious. Do we have any Zelda fans here? Dark Cloud is the Zelda killer after all, right? At least that's what Sony really pushed it as and really tried to market it as well. Jump, there we go. Chest, where are we? Thunder and lightning. Okay. Oh, these earth diggers. If I had to talk about the worst enemies in video game history, the history of video games going back to the 1950s all the way up until now, the worst enemies have to be these Earth Diggers. They're so frustrating. The way they come in and come out, the way they attack you with no instability frames, the frustration is like off the charts. Leave it to Dark Cloud to have some of the best enemies in the world and also some of the worst. We got a big fan of Ocarina of Time. Now the real question is Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Which do you prefer? With Ocarina of Time, I find it feels a bit more cohesive, but thematically, I really like the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It's a shame they never ported those remasters on 3DS, the remakes, to the Wii U and Switch for that matter. It feels like that's prime for a port, being stuck on the 3DS. Oh, you're not getting us 3 times in a row. Come on. There we go. Gotcha. Oh, we should go fishing as well. For the Dark Cloud games, the Japanese versions are also really interesting too. There's a lot of little bizarre changes and differences. And even with the Legend of Zelda titles, it was very similar to that. Back in the day, when dinosaurs used to roam the earth, when video games would come out in Japan, they'd come out first, and then we'd get the international versions. Almost like if there was any patches, we'd get the patches all on the disc. And then Europe typically would get the better versions of all of them because it would come out last, have all everything. Now for speedrunning, people want that authentic version, right? I've been playing a lot of Chrono Cross on the Nintendo Switch. Ah, mother, use that auto repair powder on our silly little weapon. That's okay, we'll get some more. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Chrono Cross, a lot of Final Fantasy 12 as well. Where Like the Switch has been just an absolute life-changing machine because you can take these RPGs with you wherever. The Steam Deck looks pretty cool too, though. Do we have any deckers here? Anybody part of the deck life? I want to work on a video talking about getting Dark Cloud Enhanced working on a Steam Deck. I was talking to a good friend of mine about getting that going. So hopefully around October we'll get that going as well. The Cannibal Plant and the Earth Digger? Come on. I think we must have stepped on some bad ground or something. Terrible luck. There. And there we go. How close are we to level 5? Level 3A? We're on that cusp. We're almost there. Oh, it's like hitting 2 flea fleas with 1 stone, baby. Or how about 2 flea fleas with 1 hammer? I'll tell you what, if I ever die by getting smashed with a hammer, I wish the golden hammer. That's a pretty beautiful, luxurious looking hammer there. HB Neon, great to have you. Yeah, 1 day wasn't enough, I think. It was a lot of fun yesterday. Being able to stream in the early hours of the night. I thought to myself, I woke up, and I'm like, you know what? I have nothing going on today. And I'm already ahead of the video that I'm working on. So I'm counting this as my break. I'm going to play Dark Cloud to go back to recording the Dark Cloud video that I was working on. It's good though, it's a weekend. Why not? Life's too short not to play Dark Cloud live and in living color. Come on. Alright. Mr. Fussy Pants. Let's use our best friend Xiao to jump over this little stream. Xiao is my favorite. I love Xiao. I love Xiao. I love Xiao. Haven't had a crossword to say about it. No siree. Nope. You could look at every Dark Cloud video, every live stream that I've done, and we must have streamed for about 1,000 hours now. You'll never see me ever say a bad word about Xiao. She's Mother Teresa. The most perfect little cat in the world. I thought he's proudly showing that stone. Look at that. The 2-for-1. We got a 2-for over here with the red berry. Now, it looks tasty. Take my word on it. It doesn't look as good as it tastes. Don't shove that red berry in your mouth. Or do. I'm not the judge. Not gonna penalize you for doing it. Thank goodness they gave you invincibility frames on the charge attack. I thought the exact same thing. With those Earth Diggers, they're tricky. They're really, really, really tricky. What'd you miss? So far, we haven't ran across any game-breaking glitches like yesterday, but give it time. I think we did probably jinx it. It's the berry, eh? Named the berry. What's it gonna be then? Should have been the berry. Mr. Greedy Owl. We gave you the berry and you said no. Deal or no deal, pal. I want to start all over though. I want to grab another auto repair powder because last time I believe we broke 2 or 3 really good weapons. And I'm not trying to repeat that again. Break a weapon once, shame on me. Break it 2 times, shame on me 2 times, baby. Shame's a word that's not in Mr. Yusuf's vocabulary, but at the same time, though, we're trying to make sure that we can get going as much as we can. Steve! We got Steve! Oh, we've been waiting for this moment our whole lives, finally. Yes! We got him! Yay! Oh, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Look at this beautiful boy over here. Oh, we got him. We got him. I feel like we won the lottery. Oh, that's amazing. That's great. Oh, we have Mark here. Welcome. Keep up the good work, dude. I love what you do and that you're happy. Man, I'm happy that I saw you. I'm really happy that I get to see each and every one of you, and the Dark Cloud community is the best because of the people within it. I really appreciate that, my friend. I really do. Thank you. Wait, who else do I have to geek out over a digital slingshot with? Come on, you know. Come on. So we are broken penniless once again, but that gave us a bit of a morale boost to the spirit of the dark cloud of the soul. We now have our little best friend, Steve, back again. So let's equip the auto repair powder before we forget. Hidden Castle is quite forgetful. I'm so happy that we're all so excited about Steve. It's not just a me thing. Like, it adds a new layer of depth to the game that you could kind of scan. It almost reminds me of Metroid Prime, when you could look and use those visors to scan everything all around you, right? But here you have a slingshot, and this slingshot is an inanimate object, yet personified, if you will, a spirit and soul in the wooden slingshot, the soul of our heart. Oh, it's true. It's true. We gotta try him out for the first time. Maybe it's a counterfeit. You never know. He makes me puke. Yep, that's my boy. That's my boy right there. Come on. The Earth Digger. What a terrible little creature. Come on. Right there, he's a parasite. I'll tell you what. There we go. All right, got the pointy chestnut. We're working pretty fast here. $16. Oh, I wish these were stackable. Come on. It is rule number 1. I presume the auto repair powder. You taught me the ways of the auto repair powder. As a kid, it would always confuse me. And I played Dark Cloud when I was very, very young. I must have been about 5 years old back in 2001. I would buy the auto repair powder. It was more expensive, but when I try to use it, I don't remember it working. Maybe I was very silly. So I just got into the habit of only buying the yellow repair powder. But I think you've put me onto it now. Whenever I'm going to see it, I'll always remember Topsy Doodle and the wise words of the auto repair powder. Steve does little commentary on enemies. Yeah. Like it adds this new sense of world building because he might even talk about like the lore of the characters, right? And the monsters as well. He's lame. Yeah. Well, at least he doesn't make me puke. But we're not here trying to level up Steve as much as I wish we were. We're trying to get this Big Bucks Hammer status broken as fast as possible. We're gonna get to level 4 and then probably use a level up powder. I'm not gonna be greedy with those. There's no point stockpiling them, right? This is what it's for. This is why we work ultimately. Go. I'm really hoping that's work out. Oh, come on. That's alright. Nothing auto repair powder can fix. We'll stick with the plain old repair powder for now. Go. Aha! Red berry and our cannibal plants. I wonder if if the cannibal plants is truly a cannibal. I wonder if it's actually maybe a vegetarian plant. It was just judged very harshly. Who's making these names? What is an earth digger? Who named it the earth digger? Does it come from a species of other earth diggers as well? How about the moon digger? If an earth digger and a moon digger get together and have babies, what kind of digger would it be? Who knows? We're asking the questions that matter here. Oh, look at that big, big hammer. It'd be a shame if we smashed the wood with it. Come on. If we could hit the target. There we go. Amazing. Another one. Come on. $20. I think that's the biggest money we've received so far. There we go. Ah, the anti-goo amulet. We could sell that for quite a bit as well. I think what we're going to do is probably get some fish baits and do a nice little chill fishing stream. We can fish for diamonds. I think diamonds are the only thing that's worth pulling out once you fish out of the fishing rewards. Oh, look at that power-up powder. Even better. The work is already done for us. Here we go. Give it a dodge. And for splat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my lord. Look at that. That's the thing of nightmares right there. Giant earth digger. Okay, we're gonna use everything we have to get rid of this monster preemptively. Wow, we're in for a wild ride. If the bomb only did 3 damage, we are. Let's use the windmill slash. Would be nice to give EXP to Goro. Although, does he need it? Let's see. How close is he leveling up? Where is he? Um, yeah, this would push him over the edge. Ah, that's alright. Sundew. Okay, so we're gonna go to the back floors as well. Oh, we're gonna journey to the back floors, baby. Wonder what we're gonna find. Ooh, maybe diamonds. Maybe, just maybe, we'd find nothing at all. Last time it was actually the mimics that we came across. And those mimics, let me tell you, they were biting us up and down those hallways. I believe that's how we destroyed our bandit slingshot. Terrible. Terrible. We'll never move on from that, but that's okay. That's alright. A little destruction never hurt anybody, right? You learn a lesson. Out of destruction comes lessons. Life lessons. Isn't that poetic? Isn't that what life's all about, really? Give it a quick jump. Go. Actually, that's a good thing. Make money. I didn't realize how good the Big Bucks hammer is. As a standalone weapon, if you upgrade it, it's quite good. Especially how you could buy it earlier on in the game as well. Okay, let's hit him with that Sundew. Oh, hit me with that Sundew, baby. Yeah, there we go. Always love this little transition. Out of all the transitions, it may be my favorite. Something about a cute little cat girl who's on a boat made of leaves. What if it tips over? She's a cat. Cats don't like water. So I've heard. Although every now and then on YouTube they show these cats like jumping into pools of water. Maybe it's a myth. I wonder how Ruby thinks. Ah, sitting in style. Very cool. Amazing. I don't think I've ever went to the back floor of Sundew with Ruby before. So that's something new. Because a lot of times when you get these newer characters, at least speaking for myself, I don't tend to go back to the older areas. But with Dark Cloud Enhanced, there is a bit of an incentive because the entire game. Oh wow, that was fast. The entire game has been rebalanced, and some people have their favorite dungeons to grind in. I always like going into Shipwreck. Go. Gotcha. Go. Even better. Okay. We're definitely not gonna have a repeat of last time. Okay, holy water. And Monday. We're gonna save the holy water for queens. If we use that against their monsters, it'll be super effective, and they might even drop a metal breaker if we do it to chariots. Leave these out. This. Fred, it's great to have you. Welcome. Pretty great run so far. Yeah, honestly, even if we've broken 100 weapons, not just two, it's really fun being able to break these weapons with the wind gem. And let's see what the final chest could be. Well, we have two more actually. We're not quite done. Everything has a sequel these days. Chest number one, chest number two. Oh, and it's a big one as well. All right, God bless it. God bless it. All right, it's gonna be poison, explosion, or curse. Now, the Dark Cloud expert in me always goes with explosion because I'd much rather be poisoned and much rather be cursed. But if you have the explosion, you lose a chance on getting the chest. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. TED Talk is over. Hey, one take Jake. We did it. And it's a bone slingshot. Let's see if it has any special attributes to it. No, that's okay. We can always sell it though. We're in need of money. There we go. We'll get to our last one, and then from there we're going to use our special bright blue powder. None other than our power-up powder. I wonder how it tastes like. Like, out of all these powders, the green one, the yellow one, the gray one probably tastes terrible. The blue one probably tastes pretty good. You ever have like pixie sticks? I remember in the 90s there were these like little tubes of sugar, powdered sugar inside of it. It was terrible for you. But I used to love those as a child. My dentist would hate me for it, but never got along with the dentist anyways. Okay. So, like this. And with that, we can status break it. Always very satisfying. I love that animation. And considering that animation wasn't even in the Japanese version, considering that animation was actually an afterthought, it's quite a satisfying animation. They did a really good job with it. Okay, where are we going with this? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right. So all the main attributes plus dinosaur and everything. So that's got big bucks, baby. That's what it's all about. I love that all of them have these unique animations, all the characters going into the back force. It doesn't matter where you go to, they're always going to have unique animations. So, what would happen if you were to hack in the game a full roster of party members? And what would happen if you were to use Ungaga for the fight with Ran? What would happen if you fall in that hole? Because Tone has a falling animation, and so does Shao. Well, we've experimented with that, and that's going to be in the Dark Cloud Iceberg coming this December. Some of the deleted animations that we would never see, that we'd only see by hacking the game. Right? Well, a lot of slowdown. I wonder what happened there. How are we doing for attributes? For repair powder and equipment, yeah, we're pretty low, eh? These as well. Amazing. There we go. I wonder what Cone's mom would say to Ruby. Look at that stride. She's running like she owns a place. Never understood why fishing bait is so expensive. I think the idea is that if you're a sneaky player, you're able to get as much diamonds as you can with the fish bait. So it makes leveling up items a lot easier. And that's what I love about the fishing, about Dark Cloud. I think the fishing in Dark Cloud is the most satisfying fishing because it feeds right into the weapon upgrade system, right? Okay, where are we going with this? Where is Tone's mama's house? My house. Okay. Hello, you met Tone in Queens. That's nice of you lending your abilities, your magical abilities, to Tone and the rest of his allies. You said you wanted to be the best genie. I wonder if there are more genies out there. Some food for thought. Because we have the Dark Genie, and we have the Great Genie, Ruby. Oh, I wonder what the Hag is going to say. Maybe Hag is a bit of a genie herself. I mean, she does look quite genie-like with that hag-like appearance, but maybe that's me being a little judgmental. Apparently there's an iguana that lives in Hag's house. We find it. We find the iguana. Where is the iguana? I guess we'll never find the iguana. I'm sorry. Pack it up, everybody. If you came to see the iguana, stream's over. Sorry. Maybe next time. I'm only kidding. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I may look like an old fossil, but there was a time where I was just as beautiful as you, Ruby. I heard that you're on a quest to be the best genie in the world. I know it may be a daunting task, but come see me if you need any advice. Oh, that's sweet. Whoa, 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 whoa. That happens every time. It never happens when I play the game separately, always when I stream. Almost as if it knows that people are watching. Oh, yes, they're watching you. What about that good for nothing mayor? What's he gonna say? So Fred says fishing is worth it if you know how. Also, super great for gems. Yeah, that's what it is. That's how I use it. The other villagers told me that you're from Queens. I remember hearing a story about how your queen ran away to be with her love. Who's leading your city now? A very mayor-like question. Well, are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a job, my friend? Are you trying to move? Dran is an all-powerful beast that helps protect Norune. I hope he'll help Tone and you all on your adventure. Any side quests? I see that your journey brings you many travels from around the world. While you're at it, I'm working on something that may help you later. Return to me when you're near the end of your journey. How curious. A dark cloud in hand side quest. Alright, listen here, you little shit. You better have that thing done by the time we come back to you, or else that pipe ain't going in your mouth, pal. Yeah. Yo, Ruby, the gloves are off. She may be a kind genie, but she could also be a dark genie, if you will. I love how she goes around Queens asking the town members to they're all scared of her. Like I think it was who was it? Must have been Jack who gave her the ring out of fear. He's like, "What do you want? Please leave me alone. Take what you want and leave." All right, who's here? I hope we knocked beforehand. We got Mr. Pike. I've heard about you, Ruby. They say that you're trying to be the best genie in the world. Do you know any spells to make the legendary Mardan Garyan appear? Don't try our luck, buddy. No way! You're from Queens! The port town is every fisherman's dream. This is the face of a man that would give it all to go fishing in Queens. I love that. Upstairs, we got lovely page. Oh, we got side quests as well. Okay, all right. Whoa, I love your clothes. Before the Dark Genie attacked the village, I was celebrating the Star Festival. It was really scary. So that is a bit of a callback to the beginning of the game. What many are not aware is that festival is actually called the Star Festival. When Dark Cloud was released, they had these trading cards that were released alongside the game. And in Paige's description, her character bio on the back of the trading card, it mentions that the festival was called the Star Festival, a festival celebrating life and love, as opposed to the cursed dancers doing their dance of blood, a ritual, a black magic ritual, if you will. I remember hearing an old story from Queens about its ruler, Lasaya, falling in love with a commoner. They say they ran away to be together forever. How romantic. Alright, let's cut the romance. Do you have any side quests? Sorry, I don't have any current quests. Alright, you're lucky you got that cute little bear over there defending you, or else I would have turned you into a little frog, I think. Could Ruby do that as a genie? Could she turn people into frogs? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, no, we missed Allnet. We gotta hunt her down. Allnet, you just made the list. Oh, no, we're talking to the wooden pole, it seems. Now we're talking to nobody. Should have stuck with the pole. I mean, why would you want to talk to a plank of wood, right? We want something a bit more personality. Oh, you want personality. We got Claude here. It's cool that you're a genie. Can you do spells? Can you make 100 plates of premium chicken appear out of thin air through magic? Is that what you call a spell? That's Tuesday morning, pal. Is it true that the food in Queens is the best in the world? Well, food's subjective, right? Hey yo, Goro, you look like a man who could get cast into becoming a frog and still eat. He's got that frog tummy. He's gonna be eating flies by the end of it. Alright, we got all that. I know you're traveling with Tone, but you better not get any ideas, sister. Paige has a crush on him, so you better back off. Major props. Major props all net for holding it down. She's standing on business. That's a sister you want behind your back. Paige and I practice dancing every week. You should join us one day. We have Carl. Oh, Carl. Poor, lovable Carl. They didn't even give him a nose. I heard Uncle Pike said that he wants to go on a fishing trip to Queens. I hope that he takes me. I heard Queens is surrounded by water. I almost drowned in water when Uncle Pike let me borrow his fishing rod. How do you manage that? How do you manage that? But that's a little callback to the dialogue between Allnet once you finish your house. Well, that's bizarre. That's why I liked her. The deepest lore. I don't know what the message retracted is. I'm not quite sure. If you want to say it again, let me know. I'm curious. In the third last, so just another person says in the my chapter, maybe I'll finish it tonight. Maybe I'll have some tea to stay awake. Sadly, I'm not a coffee drinker. I like listening to you in the background. I like you being here as well. But you're really selling me on that tea. Got nothing but water. It's like a colorless liquid, they say. Doesn't taste like anything either. Much rather it be coffee. Oh, Gaffer. Mr. Gaffer, what you gonna say? Ah, yes, Queens. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. I haven't visited that port town in years. Oh, so he's been out of the village. I remember Queens was a bustling port town. How's it expanded since? We've already seen Claude. We've seen Allnet. We've seen Paige and her father. We got Laura. Where's little Laura? Where could they be? Aha! Oh, that's cute. She's like washing dishes. I hope you don't mind me interrupting. Do you have any side quests? Oh, did you find that rare item yet? Apparently, it can be found somewhere in the back floors of the Divine Beast Cave. Were we given our first side quest and we didn't even know about it? We gotta go to the back floors of the Divine Beast Cave and figure out what it could be. Maybe it could be Dark Cloud 3. Well, could be. A man could dream, right? All of the kids in the village are talking about you. It wouldn't hurt to show them a magic trick or two. That's pretty cute. I can imagine Xiao and Ruby holding like a magic show where Ruby's doing these amazing magic tricks. Like that right there. You see that? That's some Dark Cloud Compendium magic, baby. And Xiao is running these like rinky-dink little like magic tricks with cards and trying to make bunnies, moon bunnies come out of hats, but nothing is ever working. I don't know. It's an idea. Gina says that when she grows up, she wants purple hair just like you. It looks like you're her role model now. Is that true? Do you want purple hair? Is it Xena or is it Gina? We'll never know. Your purple hair is pretty. Whoa, you can use magic? You have to teach Gina. So we did Gina, so who's up next? Oh, none other than the Muscle Brothers with... Well, I guess we were going to do Camacho, but the game said no. The game had other ideas. She's friggin' savage. Yeah, man. Ruby doesn't fuck around. Sorry, she doesn't mess around. Pardon me. Don't swear. Don't swear. Okay. The other villagers say that you're a genie. I hope you haven't come back to put us in those weird bubbles again. Brother, that wasn't us. That was a dark genie, and the dark genie is very big and very round. Now, Ruby is not very big and round. Come on. Come on. We're not even purple, man. Amateurs. I could tell that you're from Queens just by looking at you. Oh, I have family there specializing in law enforcement. Does kind of look like Chief Wilder. He does. I'm not talking about Camacho. I'm talking about this guy over here. Look at him. Spitting image, isn't he? Yeah, Camacho is the relative of Chief Wilder. Who would have guessed that a genie would be helping Tone on his adventure? I heard that you prefer to use magic instead of your fist. I don't know, but we should train together sometime. Well, we will train together, but first, I want to raid your house for treasure chests. Can I do that? Do you mind? I hope you don't. There we go. Oh, goodness. Okay. So here we are, running all around the village of Norune as our very special genie, Ruby. For our new viewers just jumping in, this is none other than Dark Cloud Enhanced, the #1 way of wasting our time with Dark Cloud. But is it really wasting time when your time spent on Dark Cloud? If a tree falls in the forest, did anybody still hear it? Is a tree really a tree if it hasn't played Dark Cloud? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, and that's Dark Cloud Enhanced is the #1 way of playing Dark Cloud in 2025, made by the community for the community. Macho, and I think that's it. I think that's a wrap. We went through everybody. There we go. Very cool. We could also, if we wanted to, we could also play as Goro, right? So how this is working right now is the game is being injected with the new code as the disc is streaming from the Dark Cloud Enhanced mod program. Try saying that 3 times real fast. But we're unlocking the true potential of Dark Cloud, getting all these deleted features like the playable characters. We did not make these characters. Level 5 made these characters. And these, you see how he has the hammer over his shoulder. He never has that in the game. These models were made specifically to be the playable models. It's cool. It's all cool to see. New tech, breathing life in our old memories. Before we go back to Queens, I want to see if there's any special items that are for sale. So while I have you all, the Dark Cloud Enhanced is an independently funded YouTube channel. If you want to support me, I did post the PayPal link in the video description and in the chat window as well. Any bit goes a long way and I appreciate it. Or you could like, or you could dislike the video. I'd prefer if you dislike the video actually. Let's see how much dislikes it could get. For YouTube, they don't really care, it's all the same, but I want to see, hopefully, like, let's see if we can get 5 dislikes. Can we do that? People are going to be clicking the video like, what happened? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? A lot of nonsense, a lot of rubbish. Mr. Castle is a loudmouth. He never stops talking, really. Maybe a good fit for streaming. But my big mouth, it gets me in more trouble than it takes me out of, let me tell you. This guy right here. I wonder what he's going to say if Ruby just appears out of nowhere. I don't think all the townsfolk have been acquainted with Ruby quite yet. Hey, hey, you're not gonna take more merchandise, are you? Come on, Ruby, I can't give you discounts like this. One of these days, you're gonna send me to the poorhouse. Jack, you wanna relax? You should encourage Goro to use that big bucks hammer to make some extra gilda. Jack, you had me at big bucks hammer. We already did it, my friend. We're all good. So we did Jack, the fountain. What else we got? We got the sheriff. Let's see if Sheriff Wilder has anything cool to say. Listen, if he's not going to be talking about Tony Hawk or Nirvana, whatever he's saying ain't cool. That's the Hidden Castle test. Is it cool? Is it something relating to 90s skater culture? I'm glad you've turned a new leaf, Ruby. That king is always up to no good. Look at him. It looks like this. What was that dog? There was an old Hanna-Barbera character. It was a Looney Tunes character. He was a dog with the big saggy cheek. You know? He had a bit of a froggy voice. He'd sound like this the whole time. Coming in, talking to Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Oh, we should maybe run the whole stream like this. Some of the viewers would be coming in and they'd be wondering what's going on. He might be just a little sick. He got a bit of a sore throat. So he's not able to speak the way he used to, but maybe, just maybe, if things go the way they should. Wilder. We can't see what he's saying. I can't. Let me open the PCSX. Sam and I are going to keep a close eye on King and Joker. It seems like more and more bad people. No, it seems like more and more people want to work for that bad king. Yes. I'm very proud of how far you've come, Ruby. I remember when you'd cause all sorts of mischief and issues for the people of Queens with King and his hoodlums. Continue making us proud. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, it's an old colleague with Jake. What's he have to say? Don't don't you think that just because you're helping everyone, that King owes you any favors? I can't read today. See, this is what happens when you mix water and you forget to add the coffee, right? You get one tired hidden castle that can't tell A from Z. Let me tell you something, brother. Take an angry sip of that water. Huh! Don't think that just because you're helping everyone that King owes you any favors. Don't talk with me. I don't want anything to do with you after that mischief you made last time. King wouldn't speak to us for weeks even. What did we do to you? Oh, he looks like handsome Squidward. Wasn't expecting that. Alright. Oh, we got Mr. Stew. We got Stew without the eyeballs. Where is he? If you look at him from the right angle, this man has no eyes. He only has threes. Hey there, Ruby. How's it going? The last time you got Jake and I in trouble, we couldn't come in to work with King for a while. I'm gonna be honest, it was nice having that vacation. He's a chill guy. Look at him, man. He's got that smile, those cool glasses, a black belt, black shoes, looking snazzy, man. Do you want to help us? Here are some rare gems from Joker again. Is that what they were doing? I'm gonna tell Joker. Where's Joker? Joker! Joker! Joker, baby! They're planning on robbing you in the dead of the night. In the middle of the night, they're gonna rob you, my friend. Oh, he's quite a suspicious looking figure, too. The Mask of Prajna is one of the undead, doomed to haunt the once hallowed halls of Messiah's shipwreck. I've been collecting gems for quite some time, but I've never seen a sunstone. If I've only had one in my collection. The legend goes that the sunstone only shows itself for those who are pure of hearts. Like that's gonna happen. So, a bit of a double there. The first dialogue that I wrote for Joker was being able to expand the world building. Having the NPCs talk about the monsters is always a nice way of bridging the Georama playable areas with the dungeon areas, but also being able to talk about the Sunstone, which is never really brought up in dialogue in Dark Cloud, but being able to say that it only appear to one who is pure of hearts, because Tone goes around the world helping people, but also you get the Sunstone by doing the trade quest, the trade item quest. So it's all one big mouthful of saying, we're trying to bridge the world as much as we could with Dark Cloud Enhanced, making the world of Dark Cloud feel as cohesive as possible, one unified world, right? It's quite. Oh, you see that? This is why you go first person. You never see that typically. At least I wouldn't. Let's see what his bedroom's like. You got an anti-goo amulet. What are you doing in your bedroom? That's gooey, my friend. That's pretty suspicious. We're gonna be putting you on blast. Yeah. I swear. I don't think. You know what? I think we don't want that. I think we could probably get away with tossing that in the bin. His old anti-goo amulet. Oh man, what are you doing? Do the NPCs talk about Opar? I sure hope they do. If they don't, I'm not playing this anymore. I quit. I'll retire early. Is King really bad? I found him as a joke. Well, it seems that the villagers kind of fear him, and it makes Chief Wilder alert. So maybe he was up to no good. Maybe some sort of suspicious dealings, right? Just another person says, it occurred to me that we've all been playing headcanon in Queens, except, oh, we've all been playing head cards in Queens, except for the Queen herself. Well, I wonder what card she's got. The final card, the final floor of Queens. We'll get there together. He reminds me of Dr. Stewart from F-Zero. If you're talking about the guy with the glasses, yeah, yeah, he does. And we're not talking about Doug Walker, baby. I'm talking about none other than Stu. Steu. But when you open the diorama, he's spelled Steu. I remember it being Stu. There's a lot of like little spelling errors in Dark Cloud. A lot of little, um, how do you say, little mistakes like Pike and Dyke, Gina and Xena, Muskalaka, Muskaraka, Skeleton Soldier. I could keep on going. The washery as well. What is this called? Rudy's store? No, it's the washery that has the issue. Ooh. I'm glad you're using your magic for good. There's nothing better than finding your purpose. It's rather beautiful. It seems that Ruby was living her life without really knowing what her calling is, right? The fish were barely biting. It doesn't help that the sea is so blue you can't even see them either. Say, you're trying to prove that you're the most powerful genie. Do you know any spells that can help? It becomes a running gag. Everybody wants her to use her spells to help them in some way. I'm sure she does. Maybe, if they ask nice enough. Sheriff's Office, King, Joker, we did those. Okay, I think we're all good. We are all good in the hood, baby. Yeah. Let's save the game in case we have a tragic accident once again. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. HBN Yan. HBN Yan. If I had a nickel for every time he made me laugh and giggle, I think I'd have $45 by now. That's a lot of dollars, man. A lot of doubloons. A lot of doubloons. Let's finish this floor off. Oh my lord. We almost had a stream accident. We almost punched the whole microphone. You know they say if you punch a microphone hard enough, you become a microphone. We don't want that. Alright, the Mask of Taj. I love this lamb sword though. I got so sick of looking at the other sword that we had, the Wise Owl sword, which is still quite a good looking blade, but it's always nice to get a different change of scenery with these weapons. It also feels different too. What we can do actually, if we're a smart hamster, is we could remove this. We could put this on Steve. We could level up Steve as we go along. Steve, where could you be? Steve, where could you be? Steve, where could you be? Steve, I love you so. Got the Hyrule Market theme. We'll apply some thunder because that's the attribute that works best here. And we'll switch to our little friend, Steve. Look at that, a fish with legs, shot by a talking slingshot. To build up the bandit slingshot, a wish and a fish will do. Are you teasing us because we broke the bandit slingshot last time? Steve, come on. That was close. Right. What do we got here? Very good. A nice gem. That's not bad. That's all right. There we go. The Mask of Prajna. Recently, I've been feeling strange. They say that a monster is one of the undead. I like his fashion sense. Well, why are you feeling strange, my friend? Is he an angry mask? Does he get up to work looking like that? When I came around, I was by the ground on the ocean. See, that there, the backstory of Steve is actually really intricate, but they spread his backstory across every monster in Dark Cloud and they jumbled it together like a puzzle. So in order to get the beginning of a story, you have to go all the way to Dark Heaven Castle, and then you kind of bridge the story together. It's a weird, like, I guess you call it like a pseudo narrative, a narrative within a narrative, a story within a story. That's a video in itself, right? Captain, you're doing the sea thing, eh? Back, knave! There must be unspeakable things in his hat. Oh, you know we're not gonna let Stevie break. Yeah. Just another person says, I've been eating ramen this past week. Sorry, I've been eating ramyun. Ramyun? What is that? Are they better than the Western noodles? Ooh. It's almost what I am. Why am I most tired than other nights? I feel like it's because we did it 2 days in a row, maybe, right? It's my fault. It's my fault that you're tired, story lover. I'm sorry. It looks like he'll die before we even kill him. Can I say that on stream? Can I say kill him? Or would YouTube just censor me? Hidden Castle is a murderer the whole time. Yeah. The only thing Hidden Castle murdered is the artist streaming, I'm afraid. I'll tell you what, if you don't want Hidden Castle to murder you, be sure to hit that dislike button. It's all about the dislike button. I'm going to say it one more time. The dislike button. YouTube loves it when you plug things in like that. They listen to your videos. It's really strange. And they put your channel out when you do those calls to action. But it's weird. I like it. I'd rather channel be small, more tight-knit that way. Feels like a family, right? One big, happy, dysfunctional, Giorama, starved family. Welcome aboard. Okay, where are we going with this? Wind? Are you kidding me? We don't have any wind? Oh, okay, maybe the bandit slingshot does. Okay, let's see. I mean, Steve with the big bucks hammer, pardon me. Oh, son of a gun. That's no good. So we're locked out of one Giorama piece. Sometimes, like, I wish I could just grab this game and throw it out the window. No way you live, game. No way. No way. The Korean ramen noodles. Oh, I've had those before. They're the thick ones, right? The ones that I bought, they're thick and I guess they're freezed already. What we can do is we could just equip this first. Because we're almost close to being level 5 for this. We might as well status break the gold ring as well. I think you're really selling me on those noodles. I'm probably going to get some Thai Express after. Do they have Thai Express over in the UK? Or is that like an American thing? Canadian thing? A Western thing? Off, and why not? For little laughs and giggles. developed a taste for them. I had to take a break for them due to my stomach lining. Yeah, noodles are great. Like, if you could survive off the diet of noodles, you're living the dream. At least it give me tummy aches too. That was my university life 10 years ago. God, was it 10 years ago? No. Losing track of time. Alright, what are we doing? Who's it gonna be? It is the cathedral. Okay. Alright. It'd be nice if we had Phil as well. But unfortunately, we have no wind, so we can't even get across a gem. Hi, Castle. I didn't see that you made live. That's amazing. I'm happy that you're here in our little live stream, our jet stream, our test stream, if you will. A stream of many names going by many different labels. But there's one thing you can't label, and that's the love that we all have for these games and the passion that we have for this silly community. We're all here together, man. We're all having a good time together. Wonder what Rando would say if you come in as Ruby. So Theo, we are playing Dark Cloud Enhanced, so we have the ability to be any character we want. Anybody. We could even be Super Mario. I could even be over there. No one would know. What do you gotta say? Same thing. Oh, boo. Come on. What? 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 Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? That's not Gaffer. What's going on? That's bananas. That's bananas. You know, Theo, we were talking about the difference of Chinese food that we have here. We're talking about how we had Thai Express over in Canada, but I guess over in the UK they got Panda Express. That's a cuter name though. I can get down with some pandas. Okay, so what would happen if we talked to him again? Bananas, man. Alright, so let's go in as Xiao. Maybe he just casually chameleon morphs into other people. He's a shapeshifter. He's one of those shapeshifters we hear about. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I have no idea. I'm at a loss for words. Dark Cloud enhanced. Dark Cloud, go home. You're tired. You're clearly tired. Story lover, if you make any tea or coffee, be sure to give some to Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud needs some tea or coffee to keep itself awake. Yo, Meow Meow runs the world, man. Meow Meow goes hard. Meow Meow, that's Xiao's gangster name. Their street name. Their prison name. They threw in the prison of Muscalaca, those hot deserts, the shifting sands. Maybe another cat that falls down, doesn't squint, doesn't do nothing. I love cats, but you better stay out of King's property. I'm not a fan of meeting people, but animals, that's a different story. Oh, he's an animal person. Hey there, little buddy. Let me know if you see any trouble, okay? Would you like to join Sam and I with fighting crime and keeping Queen safe? Boring. I think Xiao would probably join the crime. He'd probably go to go to King asking for a job. Can we do that? You know, like, you ever watch those, like, mafia movies, or those old cartoons, when the villain would just be grabbing a cat, just be stroking the cat? I feel like that's what Xiao's job would be. Lying down, being well fed, engaging in crime. Oh, it's the life that Chow wanted all along. Mr. Mustachio should do Chinese food first. Where is he? Yeah, some people really bond with animals. Like, I see now there's a lot of young people that aren't having kids, but they're having pets and they treat their pets like humans. They put their cats and dogs in strollers and they walk them down the street. That's okay. Get it how you live, man. Right? Some people are just more comfortable around animals. Ah, I'm glad that you came here. My name is King, and I'm the mayor of this humble seaside town. We could use some pest control. These rats are becoming more and more common. This town is ungrateful. You work tirelessly and do your best. And what do you get for it? Here, have some advice. It's best if you look out for yourself. Not sure where that came from, but okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, okay. Apparently the cat. So Theo says, apparently the cat wasn't even intentional. Those mafia movies set, and the mob boss just started petting it. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Cats just tend to do their own thing, right? I think the world doesn't rotate around the sun. I think the world rotates around cats. The King Mimic carries many treasures. Defeating one is a challenge worthy only to the strongest warrior. I heard that everyone is brought back by Tone's power of the Atlamelia. Powerful gem indeed. It makes one think about what would happen if that gem would fall into the wrong hands. Xiao's hands. Xiao would immediately just like put everybody in the Atla, then remove them and put them back and forth until their arms are on their heads and their heads are on their arms and everything is discombobulated. Sheriff Wilder is always giving us trouble. We're trying to make Queens a better place for everyone. I mean, maybe we are looking out for ourselves, but a man's gotta stay ahead, right? I heard that the sheriff has been suspicious of Joker for a while. We're all relieved as it gives us a break from dealing with him and his dim-witted partner. Why do you gotta treat Sam like that? Sam's catching nuclear bombs, right? Oh, we got TK! We got TK! Great to have you. Great to have you. That would look rather nice with an Atlamelia on the place of her bell. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's adorable. I can get down with that. That's so cool. I like whenever I had pet cats, the little bell on their neck, that was a given. Like if you're not gonna have the bell on their neck, you're not gonna have a cat. If the cat would allow it, cool. It's just the cutest thing in the world. There's a little bell on it. It's adorable. All right. I noticed that you have your eye on our world famous flapping fish. Would you like to try some? I heard from some of the other merchants that there is a rather large warrior fish by the name of Yan that inhabit the shipwreck. They carry these large spears. Take caution, little one. If you try to gobble up that fish, it might stab you in the eye. Oh, you know Xiao wouldn't try to slingshot that fish. You'd go right up to it and chomp it on its big gills. You know what I mean? Ah, yes, my favorite store. Oh, we can't read the sign. BLRL. Bullroll. Yes. Yes. That's what we wanted. The bell is essential, especially if they're allowed outside, so animals can get away from the cats trying to hunt. Yeah, that's the idea. We don't like my cousin, God bless her soul. She's uh she's everything to me. I raised that girl, right? Um she got a cat, and this cat's going outside, and she's a young girl. She's explaining to me, our cat has ops. Like, what does that mean? He has ops. Like, is he sick? I thought it was like chicken pox or something. Dude, no, he has ops. I'm like, what does that mean? You know, ops. I'm like, no, I don't know. What is that? Ops, like bad guys. I'm like what? She's like, ops means opposition. Like, that's a big word for a girl like you, opposition. Well, that's why I said ops. Hey, clearly. Who's his ops? Who's the opposition? The raccoons. The raccoons are trying to battle our cat. So, we have to keep our cat indoors. All because of those pesky raccoons. The quarrels of animals, right? If you are enjoying the stream, I am going to post the PayPal donation link. The Dark Cloud Compendium is an independently run YouTube channel, and it wouldn't be the same without the support of patreon.com and the lovely, lovely donators on PayPal as well. Together, we're able to make this compendium the best compendium it can be, and it just helps me out as well. YouTube the other day were trying to buy the analytics for the channel, and it's a weird thing. You never want to do anything like that, right? It's like selling out your audience. No, thank you. I'm good. No, thank you. For what, a couple pennies, a couple quarters. It could be nice if we had another streaming platform aside from YouTube, right? Because YouTube is going to be doing some sort of like ID restrictions. So for certain videos. So I'm like, it'd be nice if we had a competitor and we could actually, like, there's Twitch, but Twitch is it's not the same. You know what I mean? Just another person says, I'm thinking about trading my cat Luna to go on walks, getting her to get some extra exercise. Auntie Midu, relax. You can wait your turn. I'm not planning on getting a pram to push her around. You can ask my vet first. She already goes outside, but she doesn't tend to wander off far. But getting some exercise now and then is good as she gets older. You could. Or, bear with me, you could put her in a stroller and tie a cute little bonnet on her. A white bonnet. And you could walk around with the cat. It'll be good for a laugh, not for exercise. Oh, Lord. Okay. Where are we going with this? We're trying to get our last little piece of Atla. The final piece of Atla. There we go. Auntie Midu. Now, was that Lasaya's auntie? Whose auntie is it? Is it my auntie? Is it your auntie? Whose auntie could it be? I don't know. I think a lot of these names, like, everything is done deliberately, right? Okay, Thunder. We got Thunder. Ice. Holy. You ever notice how screen shakes when we do that? Weird. Thunder. Okay. Cool and yeah, awesome. Amazing. There we go. There we go. There we go. It is weird playing the game without any sounds, eh? None of the battle sounds. Some might say it's a little less annoying. Finally shut that cat up. You think Xiao would be addicted to catnip? Like, would she be addicted to it? Would they have to put her in, like, cat rehab? Cat girl rehab. They have disco in cat girl rehab. I don't know. I guess they have bigger problems to solve than whether or not the cat girls are going to be disco dancing while taking catnip. Who knows? Sure, Captain knows. Look, he looks like the man that would know right there. That's the face of the man who's aware. Oh, you thought you had me, huh? You thought you had me. Come on, man. There we go. Awesome. Careful. Oh, we're careful. You have no idea. I put my surgical gloves on before I started to play the game. Always. Standard procedure. You know what I mean, Jellybean? All right. All right. There we go. That's better. So I think this might be our last floor. And from there, I'll get back to working on that video. It'll be out by the 31st of August on Patreon. Patrons always get it just, a little bit early. If I can, sometimes I get a day and dates. It all depends on kind of the ebb and flow and the creation of the video. But the video is going to be on if Dark Cloud 3 could still come out today. It's because Sony has changed so much, and with PlayStation games coming out on newer consoles, like Nintendo Switch and Xbox, it'd be a possibility now. Like we actually could get an HD remaster or something. If not just digital, right? I could see it. I could see it. I think the chance now is better than we ever had before. Would you like to see that, though? Theo says, it's the lamb sword. It's the sword that becomes stronger when it's night. Never got it. You're close. The sword becomes stronger when... You know when the HP meter for the weapon HP becomes red? That's when it becomes stronger. There's a glitch you can do where it stays permanently in its wolf form. Oh, you see that? We're always almost gonna make a no-no. We're good. No mistakes here. There we go. All right. Thunder Gem. That looks like, I don't know, there's something about the Thunder Gem that looks very alien-like, you know? Almost like H.R. Giger's Alien. Very xenomorph inspired. There's something about the carrot that looks very, how do you say, carrot-like. Ow, I'm sorry, no more. No more bad jokes, alright? I learned my lesson. I'll be a good hidden castle, not a bad hidden castle. I'll approach the gates of heaven, and they'll tell me, have you been a good hidden castle? I'll say, yes I have. I've been a good hidden castle. They'll be like, remember that one time, that one August, when he said that one silly joke about the carrot? Down you go, my friend. Well, it seems like we use our power-up powder to level up the best weapon in the game, the gold bracelet. That's what happens when you talk too much. That's okay. I didn't see anything if you didn't. We're alright. Kazarov and Neon Lights. Come on, we got two of the best here. Two of the best. It's great to have you. Welcome. Or should I say, I'm sorry that you stumbled upon this lovely little mess of a live stream, or happy mess, if you will. What would happen if I put the gold ring? The gold ring. There we go. See? That's big brain, baby. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. There we go. Much better. It's been a long time coming, but I do want to start upgrading not just Tone's weapon, but also Xiao and Ruby and Goro too. So the plan is to get their different weapons, their default weapons. I want to status break them just so I have a little status break icon to take off and put on. What is this guy doing? What is that? You need help, man. It's not the same without the platinum ring, says HB Neon. I agree. I agree. A gold ring inside of a gold ring. It almost sounds poetic, says Theodir. There was a great poet in ancient Persia where the king of Persia, Xerxes, told the poet, "You're going to make me a poem about the meaning of life, and you're going to inscribe it on my gold ring. And if you're not going to be able to do it for me, I'm going to kill you," as the Persian leaders often did. So the poet was scared, and he was scared for his life, and he thought and thought and thought and thought about what the meaning of life would be and how he could inscribe the meaning of life on a ring. In the end, he came up to the king after a couple of weeks and he said, "I'm done. I have your ring. Is the inscription on the ring?" "Yes, it is, my liege." Now, what was inscribed in the ring? "This too shall pass." Think about those words. All the difficult moments in life, this too shall pass. All the pleasantries, all the good times in life too, this too shall pass. It's a beautiful sorrow, and it's a wonderful joy, right? It's like the Beatles said, "Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are floating in my open mind, caressing and comforting me." That's it. Was that the Beatles? Did the Beatles walk in? I think we see Paul McCartney and John Lennon's over there and Harrison's over there. I hope we don't get content ID'd for that, right? Who knows? Who knows? Tomorrow never knows. Fuck, that's another Beatles tune right there too. You got 2 for 2. Now we are underwater in the shipwreck, but we could be in a yellow submarine. No more. I'm sorry. No more. No more bad jokes. I'm done. You got 3. You got 3. All right. Now, funny story for our newer viewers. We came all the way back to this floor just to get this atlas. So it better be like the most important atlas in the world. It better be my dad coming out of the fucking grave. Okay, he's in this atlas. Let's see. This game. You come all the way back and do all that for a single piece of road. Oh, that's okay. It's all right. That's all right. Never change, Dark Cloud. Never change. Never change. No more Beatles. No more Beatles. It's I had to do a pie chart of my mind. I think like 45% of it is taken up by work. The other remainder is probably split up evenly between Dark Cloud and the Beatles. And then I could talk about the Beatles' solo careers. I just love music in general. It's not just the Beatles, just music in general. Music is beautiful. Pink Floyd, Blue Oyster Cult, Traveling Wilburys, Electric Light Orchestra. Come on, man. Whoa, you see that? Right there, my friend. The lamb's sword put itself in danger. So it's transformed into its wolf form. Look at this. 303. That's some pretty nice damage right there. That's a good damage output. It's something where I know there's a glitch where you could have the wolf sword remain the wolf sword. I'm probably going to look at it away from camera once the stream is all wrapped up and done. Maybe we can do it. Why not? Let's get the gold ring to level 5. And status break that and then put that on, what do you call it? The platinum ring. It's been great though throughout the years being able to make these Dark Cloud videos, but truthfully, this is the first time I've played Dark Cloud from beginning to end since 2017. It's ironic because all my spare time has been not playing Dark Cloud, but talking about Dark Cloud and making Dark Cloud videos. But even like video games, like I stopped playing video games around 2017 because the time that I had for video games, that like 1 hour, an hour and a half window every day, I just put into making videos. But now I'm playing video games a little bit more. I this summer I used to have a, I think we all have summer traditions of the video games that we play. I'm wondering what games do you play in the summer? For me, I'd always play Mario Sunshine and Chrono Cross. There's something about Chrono Cross that just has that summer feeling bottled up in a jar, right? I love it. And it's a game that I think I have a very strong emotional connection to. So being able to come and play that game and Dark Cloud as well, for the first time in almost God knows how long, since 2017. It's been too long. It feels nice. It makes me happy. It's the little things in life that gets you going, right? Okay, we got the torch. See, at least we didn't have to go through the entire dungeon just to get one single torch. It could be worse, right? And a chimney. It sounds like we're going to be having a bit of a bonfire, right? Torch, you got the chimney, kind of sit, settle, cozy up. Why did I... Something needs to be repaired. We're going to repair everything. Just while we're at it. We're already here. Oh, it's already gone. Okay. Oh, Neon Lights is saying, who's your favorite Dark Cloud character? Oh gosh. For NPCs, I can answer that quickly. Couscous. I think Couscous is super cute, and I think any of the Moon Bunny people I think are really cool as well. I like their designs. The hooded designs are really mysterious. For playable characters, as a kid, I like Tone. Tone is like my moral compass. Before I do anything, I ask myself, what would Tone do? As a young, troublesome child, I think that's important to have. But as I get a little bit older, as much grief as I give her, I like Xiao. I think it's funny to laugh at Xiao. And it's funny to get fake angry at Xiao. So I'd have to say Xiao. But you can ask me on a different day, I might give you a completely different answer. But what about everybody here? I'm very curious on what everybody else's thoughts is. Theo says, since we can't do Beatles, how's this frat luck? Country road, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Take me home. That was John Denver, baby. That was John Denver. So John Denver, he protested his whole life for the safety and security of the Rocky Mountains, to preserve the integrity of the Rocky Mountains. And then tragedy struck. He was on an airplane, and the airplane, where did he pass away? He passed away on the Rocky Mountains. I think that's probably what it would have wanted, right? Obviously, he wouldn't have wanted to perish in an airplane. Nobody does. But in a place that's very significant, special to him. He had a special connection with the Rocky Mountains. John Denver, he was a hell of a musician. He had some good tunes. He was never my cup of tea. He was never my cup of tea, but he was talented, and I think that talent is talent. Talent is talent. Probably write a song better than I can. That's enough. Okay, so Earthium says, I knew Xiao was your favorite. You know me too well, my friend. Just another person says, I cannot recall a summer since maybe teen childhood. Early teenhood. I never heard that one before. I cannot recall a summer since maybe early teenhood where I had time or space to play video games. Even when I got my own consoles, instead of eternally borrowing them from my brothers, Sadly, I developed anxiety. You know, that happens. That happens. And one thing I learned is like, that's just a part of us. That's part of who we are, right? So for me, instead of like running away from these little insecurities and things like that, I like to run towards them. It helps kind of keep things going, right? I hope this summer you're able to play a lot of video games. I know the university and the dissertation and all that stuff is really busy, but hey man, come the autumn season, I expect you to be playing horror games. I'm going to be asking you, just another person, what scary games are you playing? And you got to give me a list. Theo says, Seda was the biggest badass of my childhood. Man, you're speaking the truth. You're speaking the truth. When he roundhouse kicked Tone in the face, I was like, man, first I wanted to be Tone until he got roundhouse kicked in the face. And then I was like, I want to be that guy roundhouse kicking him. Neon Light says, the one and only Tone. Yes, that's it. That's it. Laura says, Goro and Samos, a sage. Love that name. Got some Jack and Daxter over here. Says Xiao is my favorite because she reminds me of my cats. And I also love her design. I find her adorable. I love annoying people with her attack noise. Oh, come on. For me, that's my thing. I probably would have loved Xiao a lot more, but it's the attack noise that got me. And I was like, no more. No more. Controversial take, says just another person. My favorite is the prisoner NPC in Muskalaka. Really? Why is that? I think you'll appreciate it then, because in Dark Cloud Enhanced, I remember writing like very philosophical dialogue for him. It was some like very like introspective, very deep dialogue just for him. I don't recall what it is. It's been almost 5 years since I've written those lines, and this mind has seen a lot of scripts since then. But I remember I wrote some pretty special things, so I think you'll have a fun time reading that when we get there. When we get there. Gold ring +1. Gold ring +1. Alright. Charge a laser. Oh, you thought you got us, eh? You thought you got us with that poison mist. Come on. Remember watching wrestling, that old WWF. They had those Japanese wrestlers that carry poison mist in their mouth, which I guess is like green food coloring. They spit it all over the face of their enemies. It was awesome. Yo, Hulk Hogan is my guy. God bless Hulk Hogan. May God rest Hulk Hogan's soul. Alright? See, that's why we got to charge this. We got to do it in the name of Hulk Hogan. Oh, yeah, brother. There we go. No, we got to do it in the name of the Hulkster. Get it, brother. No, Hulk Hogan. You forsaken us, Hulk Hogan. That's it. There's no more life worth living anymore. The Hulkster isn't breathing. God bless the Hulk Hogan, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, I forgot we had a... No, we picked up a rotting fish. We're okay. We're alright. We're alright. Oh, what'd you think of the Opar Council? I loved it, man. I loved it. So, for context, Samos the Sage was playing through Dark Cloud. As they were playing through Dark Cloud in the Divine Beast Cave, the torch-lit caverns of Norun, they were playing and they came across not one, not two, and not three Opars, but 3 giant Opars. And they snapped a picture and they ran away as fast as they could. With that picture being evidence, they shared it with the Dark Cloud community with the caption, "The Council of Opars will decide your fates." That goes hard, man. That's heavy metal, man. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Yeah, they got a laugh out of me. I like that. I like that a lot. So I do like these enemies a lot because they do give Metal Breaker, and I feel like eventually Metal Breaker becomes very challenging to find. Great. There we go. there was ever going to be a Dark Cloud 3, what name should it be? How about Dark Crown 3? Honestly, if it would have came out right after Dark Chronicle, I would have said yes, let it be. You can have Dark Crown, you can have Dark whatever, but it's been so many years that either like don't mess with the fan base. Just give us what we want. Give us Dark Cloud 3. Don't call it anything different. No, because the Wii U, the main reason the Wii U failed, if they called it the Wii 2, I think it would have sold a lot more. But names, they go a long way, and people don't want to be confused. I want it to be Dark Cloud 3, or just call it Dark Cloud. Just reboot the series. Just another person says, it's such a shame that you can't revive rotting fish. It makes your ice blocks rather useless if you pick them up after the fish is already rotten. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh man, Theo. So Theo's coming in with his summer game. If I had to guess, it would be Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah, baby. It helped me get through a very tough time when there was an explosion in my house and I lived with my grandma for a month. Man, I hope you're all right. I hope everything was all good. I hope you were all safe. I want to give you a great big hug, man. Brave, very strong. And Symphony of Night, that's a hell of a game. That, if I had to pick, that'd be my second favorite game of all time. Right there with Dark Cloud as number one. The soundtrack is beautiful. Lost Portrait, you know the one? Da 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 da. Or is that the lullaby theme? They're very similar, but the soundtrack is wonderful. I love how you could use the shield rod and you could get like those certain different like the blessings of the certain gods, and one of the gods would come out buck ass naked as a kid. So I got a kick out of that. That game's awesome. It's a good title. And I'd be terrified if I saw 3 Opars coming my way too. I'll tell you what. Just another person says the rotting fish would come back as fresh fish. Xiao would eat it. There's no point. He'd gobble all of it, all the fresh fish. I feel like Dracula Castle became my new home and I could forget about everything. Have you seen the Castlevania anime? Like, I get really emotional when it comes to animation. I think being in the field, I was an animator for a while, but I was in tears watching the Castlevania anime, the first one. The anime is really, really good. Please don't skip it. If you have any love in your heart for Symphony of the Night and you haven't seen Castlevania the anime, dude, you have to. It's such a good watch. I must admit, says just another person, this summer I've been playing the Henry Stickmin series as a comfort game. I remember you talking about that as well last time. Seeing how fast I can do it, randomize the paths, and see if I can get the hidden achievements. I would love to play that. I want to play through a lot of these like Flash video games on stream one of these days as well. Castlevania anime is top notch. It is, and the best thing is, it's Canadian. It's Canadian. It's done in Ontario by Studio Frederator, I believe. Fred Seibert Studio. They were a support studio. They helped do like Fairly Odd Parents, and I believe they also helped with Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Laboratory and Johnny Bravo. Maybe uncredited through the Frederator name, but through Fred Seibert himself. But animation in Canada goes a long way. We had the best animators at one point in time. We still do, I think. I always want to believe we still do, because we're great. But in the 80s, when they were making that movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I want to say 75% of those animators were Canadian animators. If you see how that movie's animated, it's a good looking movie even today. Apparently, there's a specific mold, says Theo, that you could put on tuna to make it a special delicacy. So maybe rotten fish could have the value. I love tuna. Do we, like, do you all eat fish? and chicken and pork and beef. I don't do pork. I don't do any of that. But I was big on chicken for a while, but now I'm kind of big on fish. 'Cause fish has a lot of, it's really good for your brain. There's a lot of omegas, and if you want more protein though, like when I was bodybuilding, I was doing a lot of chicken and fish, but it's a pescatarian they call it. I want to switch to that Mediterranean fish diet, get you to live nice and healthy, be nice and trim. You know what I mean? Also tasty too. Are they still not paying them enough? With Canadian animators, with animation in general, yeah, the pay is always an issue. If you're a young man or a young lady or a young person, animation's a great field. It's enough to get you your rent, and it's enough to. It's a cool job. You sit down, you draw like. Well, we had like different we had different shows from Disney and Nickelodeon that we were working on, but at the same time, though, you had a quota that you had to ship out to the states um, every month. We had like cleanup artists, and we had different like little positions in the studio. I can't really say, but the issue is dealing with the companies, dealing with Disney and dealing with Nickelodeon is not easy. Dealing with other Canadian animation companies is easy, and it's very pleasant. But animation now has become really hard because TV isn't taking animation. TV is more or less dead. So animation's going streaming, but streaming doesn't know how to market animation properly, let alone like early childhood animation, which is what Canada specializes in. So it's a bit of a tricky thing. So the pay is okay, but what I'm trying to say is it's not something you want to raise a family with, right? Not something you want to raise a family with. If you're single and you're a bachelor or a bachelorette or a bachelor person, it's cool. There's no better job in the world for it. But then you also have to take into account your bosses are piles of garbage sometimes, right? With the entertainment business and how it is. We were working on the Loud House, doing cleanup work for the Loud House, and then a scandal came out for the creator of the Loud House, and they basically had to put their work on ice. When they put their work on ice, they put our work on ice. When they put our work on ice, it became a thing where animators were out of a job. You're not paid. You're not being paid because you're not working. So, and the animator is the modern day slave. You know, we get paid the worst, and we do the biggest job. Our job is like the biggest job, and it's sad really because everybody loves cartoons. Everybody loves Tom and Jerry and Mickey Mouse and like Dora the Explorer, you know. But the business, it's a rough business. And it's a business that a lot of people get, you know, short sold on. We should be paid more. It is what it is. You know, what can you do? Some things you don't do for the pay, you do for the love, you do for the glory. But at the same time, though, when you're being treated like garbage, like there's a reason why, you know, Marvel films look terrible now. It's because all the visual effects artists are gone. Because they're being bullied, they're giving unrealistic expectations. Do all of this, and you have a week to do it. Okay, all right, have fun. Goodbye. You know, I don't know. That's enough though about animation. Oh, you're watching Doug, man. Doug funny, Doug funny, Doug funny, and Patty Mayonnaise. That takes me back. I always liked Hey Arnold. That was my Nickelodeon show. And SpongeBob as well. SpongeBob's cozy those first few seasons, right? Eat a pastrami sandwich. Man, I'm hungry. I ate ice today. I had ice that froze into water. What did I have today? I had some zucchinis that I pan roasted, and some tomatoes and some red peppers. It's pan roasted some fruits and vegetables. Tomato being the fruit. And then I had some cheese and olive oil, and there was one other thing, and a couple little leaf of pita bread as well. I'm feeling pretty hungry now. I'm like, I might go for some Chinese food. I don't know, maybe. So I heard, so Theo says, I heard that the studio that does Invincible actually respects the time and dedication of the animators. With them being respected, plus them being great at animation takes time. That makes me really happy. I know they're the first animation studio to be unionized, I believe I think it's called Titmouse. They're in Vancouver. That's a big deal. Like getting unions in animation, bravo. I wonder if it's Titmouse because I've seen Invincible. I remember I used to work at a comic shop. I remember the comics, but I never watched the show. Is there something wrong with the microphone? Can you hear me? Yeah, it sounds like the sound is like going up and down. I don't know what's going on with this microphone, truthfully. I sat down for about 45 minutes trying to figure it out, and I don't know. I think what I think happened is I carry my laptop and my microphone with me everywhere. Wherever I go, if I go to the cabin, I bring it with me. If I go outside, I bring it with me. If I go to the moon, you best believe I'm packing my microphone, my laptop. The reason being, I always like to work on these Dark Cloud Compendium videos. What I think was when I put my microphone in the Hidden Castle mobile, I think maybe I must have gotten maybe got like bonked or something must have like dropped on it or something. So maybe the microphone needs to be replaced. Maybe. I don't know. That's like what I'm thinking though. Theo says I don't notice anything with the microphone. Okay. That brings me a bit of comfort. One less microphone I have to buy. These things aren't cheap. They're good microphones though. They're if you're gonna get into doing streaming, the Blue Yeti microphones. If you need any help, let me know. Not that I'm a streaming expert by any means, but if anybody wants to get into YouTube, I'm always down to lend some advice. I've been around for almost 7 years now, so we got it. The Invincible show is really good. I'd say it's the best superhero show in a highly saturated market. Dude, superhero shows were really, really good at one point in time. Like when DC was around, like when they had their action cartoons, right? And I love a good action cartoon. But Primal came out not too long ago. Uh, that was done by Genndy Tartakovsky, the creator of Samurai Jack. That's a good one. Invincible, I heard nothing but good things though. It looks very violent and very visceral, like the fight scenes. That's kind of what I'm into. But anything that Warner Brothers does, they have a great animation wing when they were around. I'm not sure about now, right? That's another thing. All these animators like Disney XD is gone. Warner Brothers Animation's gone. Cartoon Network is closed. I was always a Cartoon Network kid, but that broke my heart. Like when they shut that studio down, it shouldn't have happened. Like I know they're doing budget cuts and all that. I understand, but that's a cultural touchstone because before being the Cartoon Network building, it was a Hanna-Barbera building, I believe. And Hanna-Barbera, uh that was early. That was old. We interviewed a Hanna-Barbera voice actor for the Dark Cloud Compendium with our interview of Steve, Michael Bell. So I never got around to cutting that. The interview. It was an interesting interview. Just because I never aired it. I paid for it and everything. It was an interview with Dark Cloud 2 with Steve. I never aired it because whenever we talked about Dark Cloud, and I was like, "What's Dark Cloud?" I'm like, Dark Cloud. I don't remember Dark Cloud at all. It became apparent to me that Dark Cloud was just another job for Michael Bell, and Michael Bell, like he is knocking on wood. He's such an amazing man. He is, I believe, in his 80s now, and he's still doing voice work. But he's like, I don't remember doing that. And I'm like, no, you did it. Here's your voice. Like, yeah, that sounds like me. That's me. So I asked him, like how I did Andy McAfee and Paul Eiding, Cedric, and Monica. I said, did you remember anything from the voice recording session? Do you remember like what the script was like or how you got the job? He's like, I have no clue. I actually have no memory at all. Okay. What do you say to that, right? So in the end, the interview became just talking to this 80-year-old voice actor about how his time in the animation business. We talked about Dark Cloud for about, I want to say, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Like he declined my money at one point. I'm like, no, I'm not taking it because like I don't remember Dark Cloud. I'm like, okay, let's put Dark Cloud aside. You're an animator. You're a voice actor rather of 50 years experience. You happen to do voice work for this thing called Dark Cloud. Can you just talk about your experience in the business? That is enough. And he did. It was a great interview, but I never got around to doing it. I'm always sidetracked with something. It's always another video that takes precedence. I think what I'll do is I'll upload that interview when I get another Dark Cloud voice actor, so I could have it like in twos. Because right now we got Andy McAfee, the voice of Monica. We got Paul Eiding, the voice of um, Colonel Campbell from Metal Gear, and also Cedric. I love Cedric's voice, and also the voice of the singer of Time Is Changing. And that was our first on record Japanese interview. That was really cool because we were able to do it was a back and forth. I'd speak in English, translate in Japanese, she'd speak in Japanese, translate it to English. So it was interesting conducting that interview, but she's such a sweetheart. She's such a cute girl. She's amazing. I'm happy that she was able to kind of touch base with the community again, and she's super talented. So uh, the the next one that was possible was Donna Derryberry. Donna Derryberry was the voice of Donnie, but that one it never worked out. Schedules never worked out, and then when it did, money never worked out because um, with the voices of Dark Cloud, my thing is like I want to pay you what your rate is. I'm not They don't do it for free. And even if they did, I don't want it for free. I want to pay you guys the way you're supposed to be paid. But some of these voice actors, their rate is like it's high. It's pretty high. So I'm like, okay, well, another time, another day, another day. But Monica's interview is great. If I could have a wish, it would be to interview Scotty Menville. We were close. We were close to getting Scott Menville around pandemic because he wasn't doing any conventions, but his agent was a pain in the tail because they were um they were just not cooperative. And at the time, the Dark Cloud Compendium was very, very, very small. I think we maybe had 1,000 subscribers, maybe not even 1,000. So they were like, "No, sorry, we're passing on this." I was like, "Oh, it's a digital interview. We could talk about your work on Teen Titans and your work on anime because he did anime voices as well, and we could also talk about I have this thing called Dark Cloud, kind of a niche thing, but a lot of people would like to see it." They're like, "No, the platform's not big enough." So we're almost at 10,000, so that's something. The numbers mean nothing, but to it's a vanity number. But to some people, that's all they really care about, right? But it just goes to show, like the voice actors we got, though they cared about the community. Paul Eiding, especially Paul Eiding and Andy McAfee, they like they really listening to Miss McAfee, as I like to call her, uh, listening to her do the battle voices for Monica again, it sent chills. It sent chills in my spine. I had a friend that was finishing high school at the time as well. I was a big fan. They were going to second year of college actually. My bad. So I remember getting asking her, being like, "Hey, like, don't mind, can you also like say like good luck in second year of college to whoever that friend may be?" But that was really sweet. Am I the only one who finds those mimics terrifying? I mean, look at him. He's adorable. He licks us like a dog. He chomps us with his playful little bites. I don't know what you're talking about, man. There's nothing cuter in the world than a king mimic. Oh, it's true. It's true. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. There we go. I think we're back now. We get to throw the mimics around Dark Cloud 2. That's the idea, right? Let's upgrade all of our characters. Okay, so let's bring Tone's HP up. Chal's HP up. Goro, we'll toss him some gourds. Goro is a Gordo. Who knows? We'll never know. Just another person says, do you think the agent was representing the wishes of the voice actor? Because I met middlemen who give unwanted opinions. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I remember like the enthusiasm that Miss Andy McAfee had was palpable. You could tell she was really enthused. And the same thing with Mr. Paul Lighting was a great conversation. And even like I don't know what it is about Dark Cloud, it just people remember it fondly. And especially with Dark Cloud 2, the voice director was Chris Zimmerman, and she's a very very professional voice director. So like the sessions, the voice recording sessions were very well done, and they just didn't want to do it. The agent was being hard to deal with. I knew that if I was able to speak with um, Mr. Manville directly, obviously, like things would have been different because I could be very persuasive. I could be persuasive, but it's also reminding them that, especially during the pandemic, that what better way to reach your most diehard of diehard fans than to do an interview talking about your illustrious career from the very beginning, from the rough patches to the bright and shining lights of stardom to a little game called Dark Cloud, right? It all comes full circle. It's a way of giving back to the voice acting community as well. But you know, these agents they have a broom handle stuck up their bottom. But what can you do, right? It sounds like Pokemon. It does. Theo says Dark Cloud is basically the first PlayStation 2 game. So what? So maybe that's why it's so marketed. Maybe I'm not reading that properly. Hold on. Dark Cloud is basically the first PS2 game, so maybe that's why it's so marketing. Like it's so well regarded. It is well regarded, right? And it's sold well. Like I want to say it's respected. It sold well. It got greatest hits, and I believe Dark Cloud 2 sold well enough to get greatest hits, but they never printed it in greatest hits. They did a second printing as a black label, which is for the best because the greatest hits look ugly. But for low income children like me growing up, my dad would not buy us, well, no children had any video games where we were, but my dad would buy us video games, but his rule was it could only be a greatest hits video game because the greatest hits games I believe were $40 as opposed to the other like the black label games which were $80. So it was much easier. So sometimes we could buy two greatest hits games as opposed to one black label game. Miss you, Dad. He was awesome. I think on that note, I gotta let you all go. It's been, has it almost been like, what, is it almost 3 hours now? Are we almost 3 hours in? Who knows? Who knows? I know time flies when we're having Georama fun. I want to say thank you all for joining us again. And if you donated to the PayPal, I'm very thankful for all the support. If you liked the video, I'm happy. If you disliked the video, I'm even more happy because we're trying to get to that lucky number 6 for the dislikes. And I'm happy that we're all able to gather around together and just have some fun, right? That's what it comes down to. Oh man, HB Neon, what are you doing? You're trying to keep me here forever? Do I have any RPGs on the Wii? At one point, I had almost every RPG on the Wii. The only ones I'm missing are Dokapon Kingdom, Sakura Wars, and Phantom Brave, and the Final Fantasy Chocobo Dungeon game. Aside from that, I could show you. I'm gonna do it. I gonna be gone or HB Nyan? You just made the list. We're doing it, baby. Ugh. Okay. Oh, let's do this. I waited my whole life for someone to say, Hidden Castle, do you have the RPGs for the Wii? You bet your sweet ass I do. So here's Muramasa, the Demon Blade. This is a great Metroidvania RPG. It's by Vanillaware and it looks beautiful. It's a wonderful game. We could go all the games or we could do just RPGs, but for the sake of that, we'll just do RPGs for now. I love me some Klonoa. Klonoa is really good. Um, Tales of Vesperia for Symphonia. I believe I have doubles of this one actually. Hold on. I traded the other one. And then from there, Harvest Moon. And then from there, we got Baroque. Here's another one. Does Zelda count as an RPG? If so, I got them both. Rodea the Sky Soldier. This is a weird one. It's like an action RPG, but this actually never came out. What we got was we got it on Wii U, and when you bought it on Wii U, it's the only way to get the Nintendo Wii version of Rodea. This was made by Yuji Naka, who created Sonic the Hedgehog. Speaking of which, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not an RPG, but Zack and Wiki's awesome. I love me some Zack and Wiki. Da, 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 da. Sunoco versus Capcom. Okay, another RPG, Little King Story. It's almost like Pikmin. It's a lot of fun. This is a summer game. I recommend this one. Where else are we going with this? Oh, my favorite RPG on the Wii is Far Cry's Fantasia. This one is a turn-based RPG, terrible voice acting, but it's just such a beautiful game. I love it. Opuna, you gotta love Opuna. This is a one-handed RPG. I think it costs quite a bit now, but there's a weird art style to it. I never played it. I remember I bought it with my girlfriend at the time, and she was making fun of me because she's like, Epona, isn't that the horse from Zelda? And I'm like, no, hon, that's Epona. And she's like, why are you buying this? You should be playing Zelda. But the creme de creme of Mr. Hidden Castle's Nintendo Wii RPG collection isn't here. It's not this. It's not this. Sure as hell ain't this. We'll come back for it. Look at this. So this is the Operation Rainfall collection. Now, for my RPG friends that are not aware, Operation Rainfall was a fan movement of fans from all around the world that petitioned around the late 2000s. A lot of RPGs were not getting released in America because Japanese games were just not selling. So a lot of RPGs were stranded in Japan. Now, being Dark Cloud fans like you and I, that meant that we were not getting any RPGs. So we got sick of it and we put our foot down, specifically with the Nintendo Wii. And we said that there was three games that we wanted. We wanted Xenoblade, we wanted The Last Story, done by Sakaguchi-san, who made Final Fantasy. We wanted a game called Pandora's Tower. Nintendo, you need to bring them out over here. And we would write letters and we would petition and we'd do everything. And this box set is a keepsake of that time, of that moment of my life. Every chronicle must be written, every story must be told, every tower must be conquered. On June 22nd, 2011, a small group of video game fans made history when they collectively joined together to demonstrate their passion for their hobby in front of the largest publisher in the world. What began as a movement to campaign for three specific games became something much larger, bridging the gap between core fans of a niche community and those who typically shy away from the genres that are underrepresented. In the end, no one will truly know the full impact of Operation Rainfall, but the bonds we forge together are unbreakable. This is proof of our unwavering dedication. Very cool. We got last story over here. Pandora's Tower. And my favorite Xenoblade. These were my prized possessions as a child. In high school, I loved my RPGs, but my Wii RPGs especially. So I should have been gone. Uh, about 10 minutes ago, but HB Enyon, you awakened the Wii RPGs in me, and I think I might have to sit down and actually play these again. Dock Upon Kingdom, that's been on the list. Been on the list. I remember you mentioning that to me. Um, Maybe the PS2 version. I'll get around to that one. Where is? Oh no, my my everything is lost in a sea of Wii games. Oh, this is cool. Here's a sealed copy of Rogue Galaxy. The funny story about that. Um, on the bottom. Maybe it's the PlayStation on the very bottom right there. But somebody was selling a sealed copy of Rogue Galaxy. Someone was selling a copy of Rogue Galaxy on eBay, but they didn't list it as being sealed. But in the picture, it was sealed, and it was for $15. This was maybe 3 years ago, so a copy of Rogue Galaxy brand new costs more than $15. I bought it and I thought, okay, they're probably gonna give me something that's resealed, but no, it still has the PlayStation 2 logos all over it, an official version. So we have a sealed copy of Rogue Galaxy and a sealed copy of Dark Cloud. All that's left now is a sealed copy of Dark Cloud 2, and we got them all. Either way, my lovelies, it was so great being able to sit with you all. I want to see if anybody said anything. I'll ask a game question next stream. Ask game questions whenever. The Dark Cloud is just a backdrop. I'm here to have the conversations, man. These conversations, to me, they're everything because when we make these videos, you release it to the world, but it's the viewership, it's people that watch it. They're the ones that keep the videos really going because you motivate me, and that motivation it's really it's a wonderful feeling, and it's an honor, and I never take it for granted. So with that, my lovely friends, I want to say I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Give a loved one a big hug, and never take anything for granted because I know I won't take you for granted. Take care and be well. Bye for now.